Give me your favorite story, if you can, from Big East meetings, coaches' meetings. There had to be a great untold story with all you guys there, and there were a lot of big personalities in those meetings.
I can't even repeat even part of the things that were said there. But John taught so much. He always said the weather was bad, even though it was 90 degrees and sunshine everywhere. And he didn't like to come to the meetings, but he'd come once in a while. And, he was there one year with me, Roley, of course, Louis Canaseca, PJ, Carlos Rick Pitino, Williams, Jim Calhoun. So you got about 6 guys in the Basketball Hall of Fame, and you got about 8 guys that are crazy right there. And we'd have meetings. We'd start at 8 and it'd go to about 6 o'clock at night. And we'd be arguing about every official in the league. One year, we voted on the top 12 officials, and 3 guys had to vote to knock a guy out. And 4 guys or more voted on all 12 guys being out of the league. They're gone. I remember saying, and Lou kind of said, well, who's going to ref? We just voted out the top 12 refs, and we're talking about Jim Burr and Timmy, guys that did multiple Final Fours, and we don't like that. We don't. So but we had meetings, and Dave Gavitt was so smart. He put us in the room, but he wouldn't come in. He let somebody else come into from the league.
Well, he knew. Yeah, he knew you bitch at him the whole time.
No, he knew. It was nothing but 4-letter words the first 2 hours, and it was brutal. I mean, it was brutal. And you had years where one coach, Roley, one year was mad at Paul Evans for something in recruiting, and he got up and said something. Then Paul got up, and then Roley came right up on the table next to him. And then that night at dinner, Dave Gavitt sits Roley and Paul Evans at the same table for dinner because he's not going to have this. Or he puts the same 2 guys in a golf cart for afternoon golf. And Dave was a genius. He was the best I've ever seen. The NCAA would not be in the position they're in today if there was a guy like Dave Gavitt around. They need somebody that understands basketball. Mike Krzyzewski could do that. They'll never give that power to somebody, but we need somebody that can help our game before it's too late. And Dave Gavitt, he could have done that. He was an absolute genius. And, let's look at it this way. He put together a league that none of us wanted to be in. And in 3 years, we had the best league in the country after years of ACC, Big Ten, Southeast. We were the best league in the country in 3 years. That's how smart he was, how he put it together. He made you play in Madison Square Garden. He made you play in big arenas. And the athletic directors, no, we're not going to, like Georgetown, we're not going to go and play downtown. We want to play on our campus. And then at the end of the meeting, Dave Gavitt would release a statement. Georgetown is playing all their games downtown in the Cap Center. And that was it. It was done. And, he would just do what needed to be done. And you just don't have that today. You have administrators. Oh, yeah, you're right. You have to make the decisions. Nobody makes those decisions today to really help the game of college basketball. And we still have a great game. Luckily, it's still great. We have a great game. We're going to have a great season. We're going to have a great tournament. It's going to be a great tournament at the end of the year. And it's just one of those things. It's a little bit like the NFL. You can't screw it up. It doesn't matter what you do. So those things
last thing before I let you go. Last thing. Do you miss it? Do you miss coaching?
I'm shocked. I not even a little bit. I'm shocked. I go to practice just to say hello to Red and the coaches. They're doing a great job changing things that had to be changed. But after about 20 minutes in practice, I'm going like, boy, I'm glad I can go home right now. And I'm surprised. But I think I stayed long enough to not have that regret. I talked to a lot of coaches, including Dean Smith, including a lot of guys that said, we left a little too soon. We should have stayed a little longer. And I listened to that, and I stayed long enough. I'm not going to say it was too long or not long enough or whatever, but I'm surprised. I'm happy to still talk about the game. I hope to do some games because I love the game, be involved in the game a little bit, but I really don't miss it. I guess if you do something for 47 years, I think you're entitled not to miss it at that point in time.